Hello and welcome to another episode of NOGcast. Where today we're doing conversation about things. I do not have a plan, but we will talk. You can guarantee that. And I'm here not by myself, but with two other lovely people. Sadly, Shawnee couldn't be here, but hello guys, I am here now. Hello. We are live. What do you mean can't believe? Alright, we're here with NOGcast episode 14 without Shawnee because Shawnee is doing student things, being busy.
You want to be like, Shawnee's doing stupid things.
No, student things, okay? Shawnee is very smart, much like everyone else on this podcast, okay? So it's fine.
With the highest IQ.
Highest IQ podcast in the world.
I'm fucking dumb as hell.
Put us in the Guinness World Record.
No, we're dumb. We're all dumb. All right, look. Look, we know probably more than average, but not a whole lot. That doesn't say a lot. But so it's fine. But yeah, this episode is gonna be a lot of like free flow conversation. You know, we don't necessarily have a planned out topic, so I'm not gonna go like, today we're talking about the bee's knees and why they're the best. So has there been anything on your guys' minds recently? Because I do have something I can bring up, but I want to wait for you first.
I mean, is it like are we talking like personal
Oh,
stuff?
I mean, it could literally be anything, you know. It could
Because
literally be anything.
I have some complaints
Okay,
that I need to
complaints.
voice.
Alright.
So like at my dorm and like at my university, like this month, every like Monday and Friday is like Days on the Lawn. So that's like an event that happens. It's supposed to happen every year, but because of COVID, we haven't done it since I was a first year, like in person. And it's like, we invite like prospective, like incoming first years, and we're like, hey, look how cool UVA is. You should totally come here, like kind of thing.
Yeah,
And there's like a lot of like programming and stuff. Goodbye stream.
Like I'm turning up you again. Once again, too quiet.
And so I am like helping out with that because I'm like I'm like the PR co-chair for my like residential college. And it's been stressful, but thankfully nothing like horrific has happened. But there have been some things, okay?
Some things.
There have been some
Alright,
things that have happened. And so like the big like thing that happened was like we're offering like room tours, and like obviously people have to like volunteer to do that, right?
Yeah.
And I realized, like, in hindsight, I probably should have, like, put in some, like, guidelines on, like, what should and should not be in your room. Like, if you're offering a tour. But I thought that it would be, like, common sense, right? Like, don't have, like, alcohol out.
Did they have alcohol out in their rooms?
Yes.
Did they have, like, bongs and shit? Like,
no, nothing, like, crazy,
cool.
But it was, like, okay, so there was a person who offered their room for tours, and, like, I'm grateful that they did because, like nobody else did. It was, like, one person. And so they had like open like empty alcohol bottles out, like a collection of bottles, right? But apparently it was like a lot. And so like it wasn't a problem like the first day because we literally offered like one tour or something. But like the second day, like multiple like tour guides said that they were put in like an awkward position by like going in and there's like bottles and like the parents were like, oh. But like so apparently like so the like Poobah, the like president, like asked like me and like one of the membership co-chairs like, hey, can one of you guys like talk to them and like tell them like, hey, like maybe
tell them
like,
don't embarrass us,
like maybe like move the bottles or something like while your like room is open for tours. And like so I wasn't the one that talked to them because I was busy, like I had classes and then was also like organizing this, so I was like busy as fuck. I guess like the membership co-chair must have said something. And I don't know if it was like something horrible or whatever, but like knowing the membership co-chair, I doubt that it was like anything crazy. But apparently like they like got super upset and then like removed their room from like tours in the middle of the day. And they were the only ones signed up. So like people were just like, well,
Oh well then.
so now I had to like ask other people to like please like put their room up for like tours, like please God. And like I also like put in some like guidelines on the sign up sheet, like, hey, don't have this in your room, like have it be tidy, like things like that, that I thought would be common sense, but I guess not.
Not for dumbass college students.
And then like I sent them an apology because I didn't know like their side of the story. I hadn't talked to them since it happened, and like they like left me on red, I'm pretty sure. So like I have no idea what the fuck happened. Like literally I'm like, did they just like seriously overreact and like threw a fit, or like did the membership coach like say something actually horrible to them?
Yeah, I mean, like, hopefully not, but
and then and the second thing is like, so it's also tradition for PR co-chairs to like have like a little picnic like after days on the lawn for people that volunteered, just as like a thank you, because like it's a lot of work, you know.
Yeah.
And so since I was the one who was like organizing like literally everything, I like texted my co-chair and I was like, hey, can you like figure out catering before Sunday? Because we have to budget propose for it by Sunday at 5, right? And I messaged them on like Tuesday, and then like messaged them again on like Friday evening, and I was like, hey, do you have like anything figured out for that? Because I haven't gotten anything back from you. I don't know if you're working on it or not. And she was like, oh, like I haven't done anything yet. Like I'll do that. And then I was like, great. So we ended up like talking to the administrator of Brown College like together about it, and like she was like, hey, like what date are you guys planning, like what is going on? And I was like, well, I asked my other co-chair to do it, and yeah. So she shows up and we were like, hey, like let's see if like the 24th is a good day, because it's like a Sunday after like the last days on the lawn day. And like the administrator like checks her calendar and she's like, okay, yeah, that looks like it's a clear day, like there's nothing like planned. And then like so she was like, let's like tentatively plan it for that day. And she's like, I need you guys to like get anybody who has like dietary restrictions, things like that, so that we can order like separate food for them. And I was like, great, like it's Friday and I don't know if people are going to reply to this by Sunday. I was like, this is why we do it like earlier. This is why I asked you on Tuesday. But and then another thing, like she was like about ready to send out the email to ask people for like dietary restrictions and like things like that. And then like the like vice president was like, oh, that day is like this like carnival is like happening on that day. That's like we like order a bunch of like bouncy houses and stuff and have fun. But like, and so she was like, oh, like can you do it another day? And like she messaged me and I was like, well, I'm literally not going to be here on that Saturday. My dad and I are going on like a battlefield trip for my like Civil War class. And I was like, and I'm not going to be here that Friday night either, because like we decided to get a hotel room closer to the city so he wouldn't have to leave Virginia, like our like city at like 4 in the morning, I think. Like he would have to leave at like crazy early in the morning. So he was like, yeah, let's not do that. And so I was like, yeah, I literally can't do anything else that like weekend. And so like she was like, great. Well, actually I was like, great. She didn't really reply. And then I was like, can you like ask them what time they plan to have carnival so that like we can see? And so she asked them and she's like, oh yeah, they plan to have it at like 1. And I was like, cool. So we plan to start our thing at noon, so it shouldn't be a problem. People can just eat and go to that. I was like, why didn't you ask them what time it was? So yeah, that's a whole thing. I'm dealing with things.
Yeah, it sounds like a whole thing, honestly.
It is a whole thing. Like,
I was only able to follow like half of it. That's how much it was happening.
Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm trying to do things early for once, and like other people are procrastinating, and then like people are throwing fits when they shouldn't be, and like, oh my god.
I have so many flashbacks now. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a thing you have to deal with when having to work with people, huh?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I know a thing or two about, about just
About
like,
a thing or two.
let me just do this myself for fuck's sake. Just let me do this thing.
No,
I got.
that's why I just did like all the planning for like the days on the lawn events myself, because I was like, I know I'm not going to be able to get stuff back from like my other co-chair in time, so I might as well just do it all myself. Like, it was pretty rough.
Yeah. But Micah, you sound like you have something on your mind too. What do you got in your mind?
I have so many things on my mind.
You've been doing a lot recently, though. So.
We're all dealing with things.
So my senior design project for my school is coming to a close. We have an expo coming up on the 26th where we get to showcase our stuff. And I posted a picture of it in our Discord if you guys decide to look at that, if you guys decide to come into our Discord. But pretty much during this entire project, I was the project manager, which means I was the one that was in charge of this project, in charge of about 9 people in the beginning, 7 people now, because a couple people either couldn't attend the class because they failed a previous requirement or whatever. So we have 7 people now. It is what it is. In the beginning of the project, I overstressed a lot because I was like, I need to get things done, because if I don't do it, I don't know if it's going to be done. Even though I had 9 other people, and I was working with another person at the time, and he was just like, he was a part of the group as well, and he was just like, why don't you just, we all are college students, we all, are people, we can all share the load,
Bro, I
just
don't
leave
like
it to some of us.
So you think it's that easy sometimes?
Yeah, it's like, I don't trust like
I was
that.
just like, okay. So it didn't do much of that during that semester, but the next semester, when it was time for testing of materials and stuff like that, whether it be ordering the materials, testing the materials, making sure that we have everything in place to run experiments, stuff like that, I would start to lean on other people, especially like specifically this dude sometimes. And I remember one specific instance where I told him to get in contact with our advisor to ask for stuff because it was a budget thing, and he was the one in charge of our budget because we did not have enough money in our specific thing to order it. But our advisor had said, shoot for less money. That way you take less money from other groups, and I have money in my account that I can spend to make sure we cover the cost for what we need for the project.
Like
I was like, all right.
like funds and all that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was like, all right, cool. Make sure you contact our advisor to allocate those funds. That way we can get these things ordered. Back to him a couple days later. He says, yeah, our advisor hasn't even talked to us. And I was like, talked to me. He hasn't emailed me back. And I was like, really? Because I've talked to this man multiple times with it. I talk to this man multiple times a week. I don't understand how you haven't gotten an email. And he's like,
how many? You think that he didn't email the person and is
no,
like,
he did. I know he did, and I was like, okay, so what happened? How many times did you email him? And I was like, once, and I was like, once?
Like the follow up
in multiple days? You didn't think to follow up once? He was like, no, and I was like, bro, oh my god, this is why.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you send an email. If they don't reply, like send another within like 24 hours, like, and then
you give a day, and then say, hey, just following up. Did you see my previous email? Because we are on time constraints, because that's how projects work. And I was just like,
fine, but
there's a lot of
we're just both dealing with stuff.
Working with people and being in charge of people, man. And this specific person, I'm just like, he complains about not being able to talk to people. I'm just like, all right, shoot him an email or whatever. And he's just like, I just don't like sending people emails. I like talking to them in person. I was like, bro,
I mean,
you have to understand.
Send an email and ask to talk to them in person.
Yeah. You have to set up times by sending emails.
You can't just bust into someone's office.
You can go like, yo, what up? It's time for me to talk to you now.
I've busted into my advisor's office multiple times because I know when he's in and I know when he's not, because I've been on campus and around his office so much, because I've been working on the project so much, where I just check to see if he's there. If he is, he is. If he's not, he's not. There's been more times than not where he hasn't been in his office versus when he has, but I've still seen him like pretty much every time he's been in his office, because I've been working on this project like nonstop.
Yeah.
And also, like, you've talked to the person, like your advisor, multiple times, so it's like busting into their office wouldn't be weird. But like
It's literally not the hardest thing at
No,
all,
yeah,
and
it's the
I know
simplest
that.
part of the
Yeah, like
project you have to do, I think, probably.
like yeah, I get people that don't like texting or like emailing people, but it's like if you just have
You
to
kind of
email
have to
them
suck it up
once,
for
like yeah, it's like
this, though.
if you
Yeah.
just have to do it once to set up a time to talk to them in person, I feel like that's not that bad. Like,
Yeah, it's really
but
not. Like, who cares at
It's
that
like
point?
I
Like,
I hate texting. I hate emails as much as the next person. I really do because I'd much rather talk to your face than talk to you over line because there's a lot of things that can't be conveyed online versus
I
through talking to
agree.
someone.
Yeah,
However, you have to understand that a lot of communication cannot be in person because we are so far apart from each other. You have to make sure that you can set up times and set up locations that you can meet or know people's schedules. That way you can come around their schedules to make sure that you can do what you need to do in an allocated amount of time. So I just don't understand, man.
yeah, me neither, man.
yeah,
Jesus.
like I just I'm so grateful that like group projects are gonna be like gone. Because like I have had horrible experiences with group projects here. Like
I,
I'm in a group right now, in one of my classes. It's actually like decent and like they set up time like well before like an assignment is due to work on things, which is great. But like I've definitely had like really bad group project experiences. It's not a good time.
Yeah, I've told you about my physics lab. I remember
Oh yeah,
that.
that was rough,
That
dude.
group
That
was
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 rough.
something special. I remember. It was really just one person in the group, but hey, look, it's fine.
Yeah,
He got really uppity about a 90.
I'm
oh, bro, I have a
the like
story for
message I
you.
got sent that was like a rant. That was
Yeah, we
hilarious.
got an A on literally every single lab report, but there was one where he got a 90, and he was like so pissed
He
off
was
that
like
we got
pressed,
a
like
low A and not a high A. It's like,
it's
whoa,
like
dude.
whoa,
Okay.
dude. Like you're really invested in this A minus.
We
Like
got an A in literally every single goddamn lab report. Like, Jesus Christ.
I
And
understand perfection, but that's perfection to the point of obsession, and that does not help
yeah,
anyone.
no, they really didn't. He apologized, which I give him credit for. He was like, "Bro, I'm stressed out because like, on that day my girlfriend's tire went out and I had to like fix her car along with doing that, and I was late to things, and she was pregnant, I think, as well. Like, so he was like, because he had a baby during that semester too. I was like, okay. Jesus. So this man just was stressed to the point of taking it out on us, his team
yeah.
members. So, hey.
I remember like I've told you about this group project experience. I think it was like the worst one I've ever had here.
Mm.
But like my first semester here, I was in like it was like a little like one credit class on like now robots, those little like dude shaped robots. It was a fun class. But like bro, this project was awful. So it was like the final project in the class, and we had to be like paired with like at least one person. I think I was in a two-person group. There was like one group that was like three people because we had like an odd number of people in our class. But so our project was like, uh, we decided to do like a like image recognition like trivia game sort of thing where it would like give you like a fact and you had to like match an animal to the fact. And we had like cards that were like hand drawn like little pictures of the animals that I did. So those were cute. And like if you got it correct, then it would like do like a little like dance that was like supposed to be reminiscent of the animal. Like it would like move its arm like an elephant's trunk if you got like the elephant like question right.
Okay.
And so the thing was like my group member like was not there at all. Like literally I would be there, like we would agree to meet at like 9 p.m. or something to work on it because we didn't have time in the day. And so I would be there at 9 and I would be like waiting for like 10 or 15 minutes and she wouldn't show up. And I'd text her and she wouldn't like reply and I'm like, great. So I just ended up working on it and then she replied to me at like 11 at night and I was still there like working on it. And she was like, oh yeah, sorry, like my grandma called. And I was like, Bro, what do you mean? Like, yeah, I get like calling your grandma or whatever, but you can be like, hey, like I have this thing I have to work on, like after you talk to her for a couple of minutes. Not like 2 hour conversation with grandma in the middle of the night.
Going back to school is gonna be something if you
Like,
know.
and then like there were other times where she just like didn't show up or like didn't do things and just didn't offer an excuse, and I was like, okay. And like I ended up doing it pretty much alone. And the rough thing was there was a known issue in the development environment where so the way that we did it was we used a lot of switch cases. So what a switch case is like it's like a logic gate. So you'll get to this thing and it'll wait there and like decide which switch case to go through depending on like the input. So it would get to like the image recognition part, you would give it an image, and then there's like a bunch of switch cases like which each one corresponds to an animal. And say you show it like the giraffe, and then it'll go through the gate for like giraffe. So the known issue was every time like you would close the like development environment, sometimes it would just disassociate every switch case from everything it was wired to. So you would get to the image recognition part, and then it would stop. And like, and so the instructors knew about this issue. And I was able to like show it to one of them while it was working. So they knew that it worked, and they knew that the problems with it was because of this issue. And they were like, hey, yeah, it's a known issue with this. Like, I'm sorry, there's really nothing you can do. And I was like, great. So it's presentation day, and it doesn't work because of that like known issue. And the instructors were cool about it. They were like, one of them was like, yeah, like I've seen it work before. Or, like he told the other one like, yeah, it's this issue that's causing it. So like they're fine. But it was definitely like really embarrassing, and I felt really bad because like I had done it like basically by myself. So it was like rough. And then the group immediately after had like a game that was pretty much the same concept. And this one girl like rolled up and she was like, yeah, and ours actually works. And I was like, bro, this is a fucking 1 credit class. Like, calm the fuck down. Like,
oh, now I know where the story is from. Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
So that was rough. But I debated like talking to the instructors about it, about being like, yeah, my group member basically didn't help me at all. But I was like, it's a 1 credit class. I really don't like give a shit at this point. I was like, it's fine, whatever. Like, yeah, so that was just like the roughest experience I think I've been through.
Well, yeah. This, you know, my roughest experience, but it was funny. And that was in high school, so this.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Someone got embarrassed out of it, so it was funny.
Yeah, the teacher like actually roasted him. It was like hilarious.
I did everything by myself, and it felt great.
And it was obvious.
Have everyone know that I did it by myself. I was like, oh, nice. And Nog is a solo project for me, so hey. Everything here is made by me, baby. Look at it all. Yeah, I mean, I love doing solo projects. Whenever you work in a group, it's just like, it's hit or miss.
Yeah, it's definitely like hit or miss, like really hard. Like when you have like a good experience, it's great, but like bad group project experiences are like hell. Like,
yeah,
it's just awful.
Usually the experiences I've had have been like, they've been okay for the most part. I think there's only been like a couple I can remember that have been like awful, genuinely.
Yeah.
For the most part in college, everyone I've had to work with has been pretty like, all right, let's do it, let's do this. And I'm like, yep, okay, all right, don't worry. I'm here for it. And it's been pretty easy. But hey, I kind of want to talk about my topic now that we're in 30 minutes in, 30 minutes deep. I want to bring up something that I found out about literally yesterday. Which is like, I found out that there are dating websites dedicated to sugar daddies and sugar mamas.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Like multiple.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
And like, I mean, like I know, there are different dating websites for like, weird shit.
Yeah, there's like
fetish
like,
shit.
themes and stuff.
But
like themes in quotes.
I've never seen like a sugar whatever dating site before, so it was kind of fun to hear about.
Isn't the term like sugar baby for like the person
Yes,
who's actually
for
like,
the
receiving
yes,
money?
it
Yeah.
is. Well, I've never seen the website. You know, you can assume,
No, I
but I've
haven't
never
either, but I've
seen
heard
a
of it.
website for it or like known the name.
That's fair.
But yeah, there was I when I found that out, I was like, I'm about to give me a sugar mom.
you're like time to set up a profile.
I don't know how much I'm into, you know, like a woman that's like my mom's age. I don't know if I want to go through that.
I feel like I just like would not be into that dynamic like at all. Just knowing like, I don't know how like awkward I am around like most times people give me gifts. Like.
I feel like if you go onto a site like that, you're already in the mindset of you'll be given things, so I don't think it'll matter.
Yeah,
You know
like
what I mean?
I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
I would never like do that. Like
That's
like not even.
I'm
that's
weirdly
not a
more
possibility.
open to it than I am a regular dating site.
Because I mean, I feel like everybody there knows what they're about.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like,
just because when you go to a site like that, you're like, okay, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
Versus like
yeah.
a normal dating site where it's like things could like just things are chaotic. They'll be much more chaotic. I feel like. Plus, you know, being who I am and being you know, what I'm attracted to, which is nothing but emotion. I would have a hard time on dating sites in general. So, you guys joked about making me a dating site profile one time, and who knows when that'll happen.
Just tell me when.
Well, yeah. Now, look, if it's up to me setting it up, it ain't happening. Because I'm gonna have to be the one to set it up. It ain't happening. That's not.
You're gonna have to be the one who hits the button, and you're not gonna hit it.
Everything that comes to like Nog, I set up. And for that, I would not would not be the one to be like, all right, guys, let's embarrass me today and put this on the internet. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, but like if we did a good job setting up a profile, I feel like
It would be a joke. It would not be a good job. Don't lie to me.
Okay, I would take it seriously. I'm just saying
Micah
for
would
everything, I
not take it seriously.
I would take it seriously enough.
Okay, all right.
Enough.
That's not what you said to me before, Micah.
I'm just saying, like, if we ever did that, like, I promise, like, 100%, I would take it serious.
I don't trust it. I don't.
Like, I might like temporarily joke around while setting it up, but I would never like publish anything that was a joke.
Now I'm more curious to do it. Now that you said that, I'm like,
No, like I wouldn't do that to you. I feel like that would suck. Like if I like publish like a joke dating profile for you, like
I'm genuinely curious because you can go on like, you know, like there are dating websites for literally everything, like Christian Mingle, Black People
oh yeah,
Meet,
Christian Mingle.
white people. I'm not gonna go there.
White people meet. You mean Christian Mingle?
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
Wait, have you guys
you're not
seen
wrong.
The Christian Mingle like romance
Farmers
movie?
only. Yes, I have heard about
It's
that.
so funny. It's so funny.
God, you
Like-
just reminded me. I still want to see the Karen movie.
Oh yeah,
How's
I
the
forgot about that. We need to set up like a watch party because I think Shani wants to see it too.
Yeah, I guess it'll be a while. when the semester's up, we'll get together and do it then. But yeah, no, there's literally a dating site for anything. Christian Mingle, I should go on there. You know, I'm joking. I'm kidding. Hey, I used to be. It's fine. It's fine. I've always thought about how weird it is though. Like, what's that industry like? Setting up a dating website for like blank group of people, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, how do you think like you like break into the?
How do you
Like-
break into that industry? Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, like
You know,
I mean-
I think I'm someone who's really into big toes, and I want to make a website specifically for people who are into big toes. And so they're just like, I'm not gonna say the first name that came to mind for a website like that.
okay, my question is like, how do you advertise like that?
You just
Like,
buy ads online, I assume.
Like, yeah, I guess.
I mean, you can
but,
buy
like,
Google ads and stuff, so it'd be like the easiest place to start, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Or, get advertising on like a
YouTube.
random website. Yeah, I was about to say YouTube, some like, game journalist website,
Like that one ad that you saw on YouTube. I feel like it must be relatively easy to get advertising space.
Oh,
on
yeah,
YouTube if
that
you have
one,
the money.
yeah. Well, like, I actually know how much it costs to like buy ads now. So
Didn't you say it was like 8 cents or something per ad? It was like something really cheap.
it was 10 cents per ad, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like if you didn't want to show it to like a whole lot of people, like if you just wanted to show like a joke
Yeah, you could just
ad,
pay like
a
10
dollar.
You could
Like-
pay $1, $10, like you're good. Like just you don't have to throw that much money down to advertise your
Was there
thing.
like a minimum, like, or could you literally just send like 10 cents?
I
and show
mean,
your ad to one person?
see, I've talked about doing it myself, so I won't know that answer until I get there. But there might be a minimum amount of ads you can push out, like
100 or something.
something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. So, like, I'll let you know when I get there. 'Cause
Yeah, because I was like curious. I was like, can you literally just send?
I was
10
thinking
cents
about
and, like-
making a Nog YouTube channel trailer, but I don't know how the heck I would do it. I just need to, plot it out and do that. Then I'll buy some ads for it. I also don't know how to make it interesting. I could just be like, hey, ever heard of a channel called Never Over? Me, the captain. I run this ship. That's Angela. She does nothing. That's Micah. He's around. Shawnee, she doesn't even exist on this channel. It'd be a YouTube ad for the YouTube channel, so I can't advertise Shawnee. Oh god.
She doesn't exist.
Shawnee, she doesn't exist. If I thought about doing like 2 channel trailers, one for NOGcast and one for Nog. I could make one for, like, I could incorporate the Twitch into the YouTube one too. Could be fun. I've never, I just need to like think about how I would edit it. Basically, I could do it though. It's exciting to think about. Just need to put my brain to the grindstone. You know what I mean? Really flex those muscles and figure out something. But yeah, I'm gonna. By the way, I'm here to say that I'm making a gaming dating website. So if you're a gamer out there and you're single,
Okay, I feel like that already exists. Let me look something up really fast.
I actually kind of want to look it up too.
Yeah, I kind of want to look it up and see.
Gamer dating app.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh, there is one.
The first thing I see is
It's videogamedating.net.
why. Whenever I see a .net, it scares me sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Some
Okay,
of
but
this
it's literally like the ad is like it's an ad like but it's using my location, so it's like gamer dating. Gamers in
check out
Charlottesville.
girl gamer dating. What the fuck?
Single Virginia gamers are waiting for you.
I see one multiple times. That's LFG dating, which is looking for group dating.
I'm also seeing 2up dating and social. That's like an app. Oh, here's a top 10. Here's the best dating apps for gamers.
All right, so I'm a little curious.
Bro, why is eHarmony on here? This
Yeah,
is
I see eHarmony too. That's
Like,
interesting.
what?
Best to find a gamer girl. Not eHarmony.
How much you want to bet it's like 99% dudes on like.
Well, dating
like-
websites are pretty balanced, I think, honestly.
I hear that like Tinder is pretty like unbalanced. Like it's mostly men on Tinder.
Yeah. I mean, Tinder's like the hookup app though. That's like
I mean, yeah, but like.
it's like what it's known for is like people just go on there, a little date. They're like,
Yeah, I just looked up Tinder gender ratio. Male users account for 76% of the dating app's active user accounts.
Jesus. They're all like,
That's really rough.
a lot of dudes I want to fuck, dude. It's just how it is. Yeah, I don't know about Bumble.
What's like? Let me look up other places. Like I've heard of Bumble.
I'll look that one up. I'm curious. 59% of Bumble's
Okay,
users
so that one's like
are
slightly skewed
ladies.
to female.
Yeah, so hey, look at
Um,
that.
What about like eHarmony?
I can e-harmonize. Oh.
I
Wait,
don't-
when is this
okay.
from? I see a chart
Okay,
that have a bunch. Actually.
eHarmony has 53% women.
Yeah, so it's relatively balanced. So
Okay, yeah, I think Tinder's like
it
the
just
worst
depends
one.
on the place you go to,
Yeah.
I think, really, for these.
I guess it kind of makes sense that Tinder would be the worst one, honestly.
Yeah. Tinder being the worst one makes sense.
Why am I recommended married dating sites? I think that's not a good thing, my guy.
Well, there are people with open relationships, Angela.
I mean, yeah, open relationships are
are
one
a
thing,
thing,
but just
Angela.
looking up like
Yeah,
married
swingers
dating,
are a
like-
thing as well. Yes.
Oh no, Ashley Madison is.
Ah, yes, the fair
Oh,
place.
no.
I remember Ashley.
All right.
Oh no.
I've seen ads for that one, and I'm just like, why though?
So why though? Like,
But why though?
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, do you remember when like someone hacked Ashley Madison and just leaked everything?
That was a thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, they
I don't
leaked like
remember
the
that, but that's
user. They leaked the
hysterical.
user profiles. So like, because I think you have to pay. to see
Literally
Ashley
one of the
Madison?
top things when you look up Ashley Madison is hack list, by the way. So.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty. Oh no. Oh god.
I mean, that's fair enough. It's hysterical.
Yeah,
You
there's.
pay
Yeah.
to cheat, and then you don't expect to fucking get caught
And then
on
they
it.
just
I mean,
leak your information. Like that's hilarious.
that's the I've always said talk shit get hit. That is the
I
definition
mean,
of that.
yeah, like I don't
The
feel sorry for
definition,
them,
yeah, no.
but I think it's hilarious because it's like, yeah, you guys did this to yourselves, kind of thing. But
Yeah. Being fucked up to find some names on there.
yeah, like fucked up to like be like, huh, I wonder, and you like go to the list and you look up your spouse and they're on there. Like,
What the fuck? That's crazy. The hell?
okay, it would be awful if your spouse had like a common name, and you're like,
You see like 5 of the same name and you're like,
that one.
I'm curious now. I feel like at that point you just be like hyper like nervous
Hyper, like,
and like
yeah,
anxious
like,
about like
paranoid.
paranoid about like, oh god, is one of them my spouse? What the fuck?
Is one of them my John Smith? There's like 30 of them.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't. I mean, like I know why people cheat, but I don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I know why, but it's like I don't understand why they're like, oh, my life is ruined now that I got found out, and it's like, what did you think was going to happen? Like,
You're literally thinking with your fucking dick, and you're like, I feel bored or I don't feel loved. It's like, well, you could use your words maybe and
it's like you could talk to them,
break
you could,
up
like, break
with
up,
break
like,
up
you
with
know.
them if it's for the kids, or like you don't want to like, if you don't want confrontation, you're gonna want confrontation. You know what I mean? Like,
Because it's like, okay, if you don't want confrontation, and then it's like you start like cheating on someone, and then you get found out, then it's like you have confrontation way worse.
yeah,
than what would have
you're
originally happened.
literally
Like-
just shooting yourself in the foot. Just, like, it's best to just talk. You know, communication is key after all. And that's coming from someone who has 2 failed relationships. Wasn't married, but I was dating two women. But you know, I mean, both kind of failed because of lack of communication, but not on my part. So hey, I can't take the blame for that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, sometimes you blame yourself first, but at the end of the day, you find out that sometimes it might be the other person, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, definitely, like, look at yourself, like, first.
Yeah.
But sometimes it very well may be the other person.
I always blame myself first, and then I will say that with my last one, I did much more of blaming them, I think, than blaming myself.
I mean, with the last one, it was kind of, like, obvious, though.
True, yes.
Like, it was pretty obvious.
It was, you're right. I think that was, like, literally the most angry I've ever been.
And it was fair. Like, you were justified.
Like, not targeted at, a parent. It's the most angry I've ever been. Just straight up, like, I wanted to fucking, like hit a wall for the first time in my life. It's just like,
yeah, like the
oh
shit
my
that you
God.
told me about, I was like, bro, like,
Dude,
what is going on?
That was the only time in my life where I could have made a hole in the wall. I could have done that. I could have. But I'm good at holding my anger in. So I was okay. No, it was actually you giving me information that made me just go like, just like feel like pissed off. But I appreciate you regardless for doing that, because it was better that way that you told me the information.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I saw something and I was like, I should say something.
Just for
about
closure
this.
reasons, I think it was
Yeah.
better that way. Because I can be angry for like a little while and then get over it, but there's no use in chasing false hope or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like holding a grudge, especially when you like don't talk to that person anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I still hold a grudge. If you hear me, I'm holding a grudge. I'm kidding. I'm joking. By the way, just so we're clear, I'm joking. I don't hold grudges too often. Just slight negative feelings, but I'm not holding a grudge. I don't care that much, honestly.
yeah, I don't think I'm the type to hold a grudge either. Like, unless somebody does something like super fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like, I feel like this. I guess technically it's like the closest I have to a grudge, because I'm like I have a negative opinion, but I wouldn't call it a grudge. There is a difference. There's a difference.
There's a difference between like I just don't like this person anymore and like I'm legit holding a grudge. Like
I'm like, if I talk to this person again, I wouldn't be like, fuck you. Banned, blocked. I wouldn't
evicted,
do that.
like,
but I still wouldn't be like, oh yeah, hey, we're buddy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's definitely different than holding a grudge. Like, holding a grudge is like to the point where like it's starting to affect you. Like you're still thinking about it constantly. Like,
and yeah, I obviously, I guess I think occasionally, if it's just because it was my longest relationship, the last one, and occasionally I do think about like, should I use a dating app? I don't know, it's hard.
I mean, I'd say like if like you're looking for a relationship but you're not the type that like goes out and like meets people a lot, I'd say that it's like better. Like, it's like I mean, dating apps kind of suck, but I'd say like it's better than nothing, I suppose. Like, if you're looking for a relationship.
I mean, I've thought about it just because I'm like, well, I've been single for a while. I kind of, I like my friends, but fuck all of you. You know what I mean?
Damn,
that's fair.
believe.
Look, Micah, I love you, man, but I can't fuck you.
Julian's gone.
I'm sorry.
He went to me and not Angela. What the hell?
Well, you're the better one to say that to in this instance. Yeah, I mean, hey. Also, the fact that I'm one of them dim eyes, it's also a little difficult to get myself in the mindset for a dating app too.
I wonder if there's one for dim eyes.
I'm sure there is. I literally thought that when we were talking about dating sites, I was like, there's a dating site for like everything. Do you think?
Wait, let me see.
Oh god. Oh god.
Okay, apparently OkCupid lets you add demi as your sexual orientation. Okay, surprisingly it's not like suggesting one like to me immediately, so I don't think there actually is one like specifically for demis.
Because you're under the radar, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm just getting like sites that are like information about like specific orientations, not like
yeah.
So I think the closest one is OkCupid. I don't know if other sites like offer that as like an option.
Well, fair enough, I guess. I mean, I guess that's whatever. Doesn't matter too much, honestly. For being real. Hey, look. At the end of the day, I don't care that much. You know, I really don't. So it's all right. When are we gonna make a dating profile for you, Micah? Okay, because we're talking about me, but like, you're way more marketable than I am. So.
What do you mean, way more marketable?
Look, come on, you gotta let us hook
you up. You've got a career in place. What am I doing? Jerking off. You are in a good place.
I'm also jerking off. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, but you have like an additional thing other than that.
You're jerking off and doing this.
Exactly.
You know, like I've got like, you know, things that I do, skills that I have that look cool. You know, like if I talked about all the things I've learned how to do through Nog, like it would sound really cool, you know. And like all the video editing and graphics design stuff I've been able to do, it would sound really cool. But you know, I don't got that career path set for me though, so that's the difference there. You know, that's the difference.
maybe after graduation.
That's fair. So what we're saying here is that I will plan out setting up Micah a dating profile.
Yes. I will be there.
Because I can't plan it for myself, but I would be willing to plan it for you. Because then it's a favor.
Oh damn! That just reminds me that I have a not that specifically,
okay.
But like I was thinking about like my next week and like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Along with like coming to see you, maybe. And fucking Thursday, I agreed that I was gonna be a workshop leader.
Ooh.
For one of my professors.
What is that? Like, what do you do?
We are my senior design project, as I've been talking about, is about composites. We're making composite using VARTSM, which is vacuum assisted resin transfer molding, which pretty much to impregnate the weave that we have with the resin, we're using vacuums to one, suck the resin through the fabrics, and two, create a low pressure or almost zero pressure bag to kind of just put the gel in place and kind of just like stick the gel together. And so I have been I volunteered myself. And I didn't volunteer myself. My professor asked me to do this, and I was like, "Sure, why not? I got time." He didn't volunteer me. Yeah. He didn't volunteer me, but he did ask me.
He strongly recommended you.
Yeah, he asked me because I've been helping him out with different stuff anyway. He's like, "Hey, can you mind doing this workshop for me, leading this workshop?" And I was like, "Cool, I got no problems with that. I mean, I like doing this technique. I like just working with composites. They were one of the things I wrote. I wrote a research paper on composites when I was in like sophomore year, and I like enjoy looking at composites. The type of composites that I looked at were different from the type of composites I'm making now, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Just their process and like materials. Just really interesting to me. That's why I'm going into design and mechanical systems and designs for my concentration.
I thought you said concentration. I got really confused.
It's just materials cool, man.
Yeah.
Like we have a material that is like its ultimate strength and ultimate stress is comparable to that of aluminum, and it's like half the weight. Almost 60% less weight. And I'm just like, it's pretty cool.
I remember what you sent was like, it's lighter. It's almost disgusting how light it is.
Yeah. It feels so smooth. It's almost disgusting how light it is. I fucking...
You're like, I hate how well this turned out. I hate this.
I hate how nice it is.
Sometimes I feel that way about what I create too, so it's fair. You know. I like our stream panels. You know, I'm gonna flex that really quick. This turned out great. After bothering Angela for 2 weeks, I got it, and then I was able to make some nice stream panels that I think turned out really cool. So hey, Angela hasn't told me they look nice; they just exist. So
They're good.
Angela doesn't compliment anything I do, so that's why I'm running Nog solo, dude. It's a hard life. It's a hard life. Angela's like, yeah. You do whatever you do over there. I'm just like, oh, Angela, I can do this cool thing. She's like, yeah, whatever. You do that.
Whatever.
And I'm just like, all right, cool. And I'm like, Angela, I learned a new skill today. I learned how to do this thing. She's like, yeah, cool, whatever. I'm like, all right, it's cool. I don't want your approval.
I don't want your validation.
Micah, I made this thing, and Micah's like, bro, that's actually sick. Like, good job. And I'm like, thank you, Micah. God.
That's what I wanted. Thank you,
That's
Jesus.
exactly what I wanted. Hell yeah. Oh, man. I'm looking at my band list right now. I've banned a lot of bots recently. Oh my god. Forgot. But anyway, do you think we have any I'm trying to think of like something else I've been thinking about recently. I mean, obviously graphics design has popped up. I've also, I can talk about how during my job search I've seen some really shady looking job advertisings.
Oh,
on
there's
Google.
definitely like shady job advertisements.
There are definitely a few
Yeah.
that are just like a company you can't find the name of, and they're like, we'll pay you X amount of money per like thing you do. It's usually like a contractor style job where it's like,
Or like multi-level marketing where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you get like a commission or something.
it's
Or
like
they're like, you could like, or it's like you could make up to like this amount of money, and the up to is like tiny.
yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I just reminded myself that there is a thing that went a little viral recently because there was a person at IGN who tweeted out how much they pay people who submit articles to them, and people are shitting on it because the lowest amount they pay, and it could just be like some bullshit article. They're just like, yeah, we'll pay you $20 if you just like have an article, just in general, 50 for like a source for your
No, like,
article.
yeah, like freelance writing does not pay well. Like pretty much nobody pays freelance writers well.
Yeah, it
Um,
was wild, but also it just
yeah.
kind of shows you that it was like, wait, you can just write like anything for $20. That's crazy. Like, I'm
Yeah, like
curious.
that's
Like,
yeah, that's like freelance writing. Like another one that's popular for people to do is like top 10 lists, like those like
yeah,
random like top 10 lists. Like yeah, those are like under like freelancing. Basically what a lot of people do is they'll like freelance and then like use that as a stepping stone to get like an actual writing position at like a publication.
yeah. Oh, the oh god. I was looking at the tweet to see if I could find it. I just realized that Elon Musk bought most of the highest stock in Twitter, so
Oh yeah, he's like the highest shareholder.
there might be an edit button now.
9.2.
You said what? Oh, 9.2.
9.2.
Yeah, that is. uh, hmm. Dude, should I be a freelance writer? That'd be kind of fun. No, I don't want to do that. It's a joke. I'm not doing that.
It's like you'd spend hours on an article and then get paid like $20.
Yeah, like that's no. Well, like the incentive there is to just like, because they don't really tell you like what's the max amount you have to, or like what's the minimum amount you have to do for an article.
I mean, it depends on what they're asking you to write.
Well, because for $20 they just said like you just write a story, like and it doesn't have to be like a well-researched story. It could just be any like story. So it's like you just bullshit your way through like an English essay, like you just Like, would they just pay you $20? And how long does it have to be?
First,
They would have
course,
to accept it. But I'm very curious what their minimum looks like. Because that's interesting, actually, to know about. I mean, there are some, there are some, articles that have been on IGN that seem kind of like whatever. I mean, not as bad as like Kotaku or something, but still not the best.
Articles that are just like, eh.
Yeah, they have a lot that are just like, okay, shut up, just a little bit. And if I wind up working for you, I'm sorry, and I didn't mean that. I'm just gonna say that ahead of time. Hey, hopefully no one finds this channel. This is the more obscure of the two channels that this is going up on. So, hey, it's okay if I talk a little shit here. It's fine. I do know someone who works in a job who is, doing something that if their employer found what they do as a hobby, that they would probably get slapped for it. Or have a very watchful eye over them. It's always something you gotta worry about, especially if you work in like the school system.
Yeah.
Imagine being a Twitch streamer working in the school system. It'd be crazy, dude.
I would if I like worked at a school, if I was like a teacher or something, and I also streamed, I would be like terrified of like my students finding me, because it's going to happen eventually. Like
it'll happen eventually.
It is going to happen.
But hopefully at that point it'll be salvageable. You know what I mean? A student would be like, "Oh wow, Mr. Julian, wow, wow, I found you on the internet. Oh, you're on YouTube and Twitch.
You said the F word. Oh."
I'm like, yeah, now fucking do it again, kid. Swear to God.
I beat your ass.
I don't know if they care in Micah's industry and engineering.
I mean,
it's not like your face is everywhere like mine, so.
Exactly. They just have a voice, and I can prove that this voice isn't mine.
I can prove that it's not me, okay? And you just go like, "Hello, this is me, Micah, speaking to you in my real voice."
That's how you talk at work all the time. Just.
It's like the joke I made, or I have like a D&D character that I do an accent for, and I'm like, I could fake like that's my real voice.
Like, just start working at a new place and just have that be your voice from interview until you leave. And then when you walk out, you just switch to your real voice.
You're like, "Oh, all right, that was crazy, man. That's wild."
It's been like years.
You're like, "Hi ho, I am here to work for your company." And then you go out and you're just like, "Oh, I got the job."
And they're like, huh.
Man, can't believe we have Kermit the Frog working for us. That's crazy. Damn. I find that really funny, actually. Got a real life Muppet right in front of us. I remember like years ago, Angela, you were like, "Let's make a bet, and if I win, you have to do this voice for a whole day."
And I can decide what day it is, and I never like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you actually did win, and I do actually. I did win,
yeah.
And you you've literally never been like,
never told
do
you
the voice.
Yeah.
Do the voice.
It's gonna be in like 5 years, when like NOGcast is established, and it's gonna be like, "Hey, do the voice, Julian." We're out at like a fucking Olive Garden or something.
No, we like sit down, like it's like your whole family's there.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, do it. I'm just like you haven't ordered yet. I'm just like, do it. Do the voice.
Yeah, I find a significant other and I'm getting married, and you're just like on the side of us, like, and you just look over like,
I lean in and I'm like, do it. You're like, "Angela, please," and I'm like, do it.
Do the voice.
Coward.
You're like, please not today, and I'm like, did I stutter?
Did I stutter? This is a bet. Don't be a pussy. I'm like,
You're like crying.
okay, alright, I guess I'll do it.
And then like you're like saying your vows and like Emmett's.
Dude, I have so much shame. I'm not at the point yet to where I can just like embarrass myself in public and be fine. Not at that point yet. Like, I go to too many places regularly, so like if I fuck around, they would know me, and then I'd be like, funny story. I did it for a bit, okay?
I think my sister did that once where she like embarrassed herself at like a fast food drive-thru and like hasn't been back there ever. Like
Yeah.
she just never returned. I think it was like if I remember correctly, I think it was like she got her change and she thought it wasn't correct, so she like said something. They're like, no, it's right, and she was like, oh, and then just like
Left and never came back.
it never came back. Legit, like never returned.
That's like light embarrassment. It's not too bad.
My sister's the type that like can't handle like any type of embarrassment like ever though. Like
Yeah,
like it's to the point where she like won't try a lot of new things because she's afraid of looking dumb. Like it kind of sucks.
Knowing
like,
her, that makes sense.
yeah.
Actually, I'd be embarrassed for like a little bit, but then I'd get over it and then come back. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be too bad. I've embarrassed myself in front of people sometimes. Yeah, I feel like I've done it before. I mean, like when yes.
I've done like embarrassing things before. Like yeah, learning a new skill is like, yeah, you're gonna do embarrassing things. One time, so when my dad and we went to like an outdoor range, and we were shooting pistol, and like I shot and it like the gun like stovepipes. That's when like you maybe like don't lock your wrist in right, and the momentum from like the slide going back like goes into your arm instead of using it to like to chamber the next round.
Mm-hmm.
So it won't like eject all the way, and the slide will go forward and catch the shell casing like
Oh yeah, I've seen that
in the
before,
port.
yeah.
So that happened, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to clear, especially if it'll like double feed or something. And so I dropped the magazine, and I had to, like yank the magazine out because like sometimes it's difficult to pull them out when it happens. And when I like pulled the magazine out, like a round like popped out of the magazine and like went like forward, like past like the firing line, so I can't get it obviously.
Yeah.
And so like I just didn't say anything, and then like when we called like range cold, I just bent down and grabbed it really fast and put it in my pocket. So I had like a bullet in my pocket for like the whole day.
The range all looking suspicious, dude. That's crazy.
Like, cause we were like picking up brass, cause my dad like reloads. He reloads ammunition, so it's like you'll like load like you'll load like a bullet back in, like put gunpowder so you can fire that again.
Yeah.
And like when I was picking up brass for my dad, I just discreetly like picked up the bullet and put it in.
Nice free bullet.
It was pretty funny, like.
Yeah. I just remembered I have jury duty next month.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, I hope you see my dad there.
Probably will. We'll see. You know. I'm not mentally prepared for it.
I hope you don't get called, like.
I hope I don't either, but like, look, it's the mindset you have to get yourself in. I'm gonna have to do it. I have to be an adult. It's a little fucked up that I got it before my older brother that's 5 years older than me, but whatever, you know. Whatever. It's fine.
My dad's been super unlucky. He's been called for jury duty like twice at this point. My mom's been called once and had to go. So my family's just been like unlucky.
My dad, I think, has been called twice. One time he could not do it because he was going through kidney stuff. And my mom had to serve on a jury one time, and she told me that she was like, when the moment she got called, she knew she would be on the jury because she was the only black woman there. She was like, "Fuck." she knew she was gonna be called and have to stay. So she was like, "Damn it." And that's kind of what I'm worried about. is that I'll be like
You'll be like the token black.
I'll either be token black or token young person, because it's gonna be one of those, and it's just gonna be like, okay, cool. It's a federal court case, so hopefully it'll be.
Hopefully it's not anything like fucked up. If you do have to like sit on a jury.
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna.
Hopefully it's not like psycho murder. Or
yeah,
something.
hopefully it won't be like my first time in the room with a murderer. That'd be crazy.
Because like yeah, like because if it's like super fucked up cases, like you'll have to look at evidence and shit. So like oh god.
True. Yeah, actually, that's fair. Hey, look, I've seen some terrible shit on the internet before. I'll be fine. I can handle
I feel like
it.
seeing terrible shit on the internet is like a degree removed, though. Like like it's not as bad.
Well, like I don't agree with that, actually. I feel like it's about the same, if I'm being real. Just because, like, it's like, okay, in this case, I just see the person who did it in front of me. Like, that's the only difference, I guess, in that case. So I'm just like, I have a target to be like, disgusting, basically. Whereas on the internet, you just see it removed from the event, and you're just like, fuck. I honestly feel like it's probably worse on the internet because you don't have the context. You're just like, that's just a fucked up thing I'm saying, cool. And in real life, at least you like have all the context around it, and you're like, that person's fucked up, dude. So you have to judge them after. But should be fun, in quotes. We'll be okay. Won't be allowed to talk about it when it happens. I'll just be like, hey, I have jury duty, got called in, boys. So here I go. That's all I can say, though, after that point.
We'll only be allowed to talk about it with you after the verdict, I think.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. I'll find out how it works completely, though, when I get there.
I think it is, like, you can talk about it after the verdict, after, like, the case is, like, completely, like, done.
Yeah.
But you just can't say anything while it's going.
Which I'm not gonna risk anything, so I'll zip lip.
No,
right?
yeah, you'll get, like,
zip lip. I'm gonna get
like
arrested
that.
as fuck, and I'm black. They're gonna fucking throw the entire book at me and then some. No. They love throwing black young men in prison who have their lives ahead of them. I'm not about that. Oh god. But anyway, I think that's a great place to end this. You guys are gonna have a much better May than me, I think.
Yeah, because we're gonna be graduating. Hey.
Hey. like the video, like this episode. Hey, I'm just gonna put this out there. All right, if you don't like this, if you don't share this with your friends, if you don't subscribe to this channel, and if you don't ring that bell, we're never coming back. We're gonna take another hiatus. We'll be gone for a month. Then what are you gonna do without content? Don't tell me you're gonna go to the main YouTube channel, because that's a great idea as well. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell. It was a great episode. With that, my name is Julian.
And I'm Angela.
And I'm Mike.
And it's been NOGcast. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Whoa.